You gonna say hello?
Hello.
Hello, everybody. This week, we are going to learn about some pirate stuff because a pirate's favorite special is
Treasure.
art. We've got Finnegan's alligator head, Bob. Say hi to Bob. Hi, Bob. And I already drew out our treasure map because I wanted to plan it out first. Okay, so what you need is a nice big piece of paper, pencil, Sharpie, as always. I'm gonna try something with some crayons and tea in a little bit. So hopefully we can get all of that going. So we're gonna start by holding our paper like it is a landscape, so side to side. And we're gonna put some things in the four corners first, okay? So over here, we're gonna start by drawing our pirate ship. The first thing that we are going to do is we're going to trace, or I'm going to draw the waves, simple U shapes all connected, okay? And then I like to start my pirate ships in the back. So we're going to come back here, okay? Start back here with a nice curved line. Put a flat top on it, okay? Come down here, nice straight line like this, back over. I'm going to give it the pointy part in the front, and then the curved front, okay? And just like every other video that we've been making together, every other project, if I'm going too fast, pause my video and you could start it back up when you're ready. Now we're going to draw some details. I'm going to make our guardrail,
Daddy,
just like this.
look at that one.
I know, she's just watching. We'll put another guardrail like this. Okay, we're going to go down here and we're going to make these little stripes like this. And then in between, we're going to use the letter N.
But not as a line.
In between the two lines, okay? Those are gonna be like where the cannons come out. Now we're gonna make our ship look like it's made out of wood. So we're gonna use like a sideways capital H. You see how I did that? And we'll add a couple.
Eye.
Or a long eye, yep. And sometimes I put another one on there like that. Now it's time for the masts. So we're gonna draw a nice curvy straight line going up and back down like
Daddy,
this.
When I was doing the video watching you on the paper, not on here, I accidentally did this.
It's okay. And then we'll have a curved line like this and like this. And we'll put the sails underneath. Okay, and you can see the difference between what I drew with the pencil and what I drew with the Sharpie. That's perfectly fine. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing up here. Now we're gonna draw our sea animal over here, this little monster. So we're going to start by doing the same thing. Draw your waves. Okay, and then I kind of did it in three parts. So the first part, the face, is going to be an upside down capital L. And then I put a V in it, followed by another upside down capital L. And I just gave it a very simple eye. Okay, if you want to add teeth, you can. Sometimes I like to add stripes like that. That will help color it later on. Then I make the body with just a simple curved line, basically like an upside down U.
Rainbow.
Rainbow. And I add those curvy lines. Sure, you could keep this.
Yes.
And then onto the tail. Same thing. Now we have
That looks
over
like a
here.
snake, Dad.
It does look like a snake. We have some wave shapes. Those are good to throw all over. And we have a island that's shaped like a skull. So I'm making like a sideways C. I'm giving it kind of like a curvy bottom. 2 O's for our eyes, and like an upside down heart shape for our nose. And then I made some waves, kind of looks like it's coming at the ears. Okay, now on to the hardest thing that we're going to do for this, and that's that compass rose that's over here.
Should I zoom in?
You could get a little closer for this. Okay, to do this, I'm going to start by making
A big V?
a nice capital T or a lowercase t. On top of that T, I'm going to put an X. Okay, now I'm going to start to connect all the tops. Well, yeah.
Well, it's
I'm going to connect all the tops like this. Just with straight lines, they go down a little
Like
bit
a
and then
heart.
back up.
Like a heart. The one's going to get much more bigger. So when we got to the biggest one, we're not going to do anything.
Okay, and I'm just kind of following these around. Just like that. There is one last little step where you bring these corners in here. Thanks, buddy.
Don't talk.
And now we could color in those little spots all different colors. And we got to put our directions: north, south, east, and west. Northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest. Got it? Cool.
Whoa.
On to the trickiest part, our eye, or not our trickiest, that was our trickiest. We passed our trickiest, now we're on to the fun stuff. We're on to the pirate island. So first, I just made a big blobby wavy shape. Doesn't really matter. Your island,
Like a whale.
kind of like what you make a whale shape, sure. You make your island, I'll make my island. Now we have some things here that are very important. We have the native, not Indians, native village. We have some mountains. Yep. We have a anchor. We have a cave that's shaped again like a skull. Okay. We have smaller hills, some palm trees, a lake, and then an X that marks a spot with a pirate treasure chest.
You should make an ankle white nail.
Yeah. Maybe I'll go back and add it. Now these are smaller, so I'm going to use a smaller pen with these details. Can you get a little closer? Okay, perfect. Stay that close for the whole thing. Now, first we're adding just a dot here, and that's where we have to land. And then we're going to first draw our native hut. So what I'm going to do is just 2 lowercase n's and then a smaller one with a line underneath, just like that. And we'll draw some dash lines to that. That means you got to go that way. Oh, we have a fireplace over here, so I'm going to start by drawing the letter X, and then I'll put just a little flame on top. Okay, so far so good. Now we're going to make these mountain peaks. This is really interesting. So all we have to do to make these mountain peaks is a zigzag line. It gets bigger as it goes up, and then it'll come
It's like
back.
an A.
Yep, comes back down as we go. And then I just put like a little
medium and bigger.
line on the top, make it look like it's made out of snow. And I carried these lines through after I had the shape. A like Aslan. Now we're going to have those dash lines again. Go through our mountains. You're going to have to work hard for this pirate treasure. Got to climb all these mountains. The next thing we're going to do is this anchor. So we're going to start with just a nice little circle. Then we're going to use a capital T. And then we're going to make a curved line like this, and like little triangles on the ends. I'll have our lines come around our anchor. and onto our mountain that's shaped like a face. So what I did was first I kind of made this go through like that. Nothing too crazy. Another little line over there. You get another little line there. Now it's time to add that face. Now on the other one that we made, that was all circles. This one's going to be a little more rocky. So we're going to have just like this kind of more squarish shape.
Okay. It's kind of like a silly A.
Yep. Here comes our nose. You can kind of keep that as like a heart shape too. And then
upside down one.
Our mouth. Okay. And then the lines come out the other side of the cave onto some hills. So nice and easy, smaller M's or smaller A's. Okay, and then we have to draw those palm trees. Now, palm tree, all I have to do to draw this palm tree is start by drawing a skinny V. Okay. And then I like to put an X on top, like that. Okay. Can you grab me one of those erasers from over there, please?
Here, can use this.
Oh, thank you. So you can see it a little bit better. Just take the wrapper off that, please. I'm going to need it in a second. And then I, just like that compass rose, I kind of go around it, just like this. Super easy shape. And then I put the curves on the palm tree trunk. Okay, so now we're going to have our lines come around here. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Just don't do too much. Gonna give people motion sickness. We had this lake that's in here. Or maybe it's a bog. Bog sounds a little more ominous.
Oh, there could be piranhas in there. You can make piranhas.
You can make piranhas. Sharp teeth. I think they have kind of like bodies.
And Bob.
They're just like, that's an angry looking fish.
Like Bob.
Like Bob. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. And now it's onto the X, which always marks a spot. We've made it. Ta-da, ta-done. Now, here's how to make a treasure chest. I'm going to erase this so you can see it for real. Okay? To make a pirate treasure chest, can you stand up a little straighter like this, please? Thanks. First, we're going to start with that lowercase n. Okay? We're going to have a line going through it and out the other side.
It's an A.
We're going to put a little line over there. And then we're going to put a top on it. And we're going to try and match that curve from over here. We're going to try and match it right there. Since this is probably buried in sand, I'll give it a little sandy bottom. Okay, and then we'll just put a little rectangle on there. That's going to be like the key, the lock, and some other lines, small lines like that. Okay, now, what I went through and did is I added some more of these palm trees because they're like super easy to do. Very fast. Okay. And maybe we'll throw another one down here. V, some lines, X, go around the X. Perfect. So before I color this in, before you color this in, you're gonna wanna just clean it up, get rid of those pencil lines, okay? The Sharpie marker is gonna be the important part because even though I have my sleeves pushed up right now, I got some tricks up on.
Yes, please.
Okay, so to get this next part to work right, I don't want to waste a lot of time coloring it in with you here. Okay, you guys can do it.
Bob's waving.
Bob's moving away. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take a couple of things here.
Crayons.
I'm going to color with crayons for this part. Okay, so in a lot of these treasure maps, they do just like a little bit of coloring, a little bit of painting, okay? Just like this. And then they'll have some yellow for some sand. Okay, this is gonna be kind of hard to see because it's a super light color. Okay. It doesn't matter. And then we'll have some green for our grass in here, okay?
But where's the sand?
Sand is the yellow part.
Oh.
You could even go color in, you know, the tops of your palm trees. Color in all those little things that we made, okay? Here's brown for the bottom of our palm tree.
And Mom wants you.
And for our next trick, we're going to need some tea or some coffee. So if your parents have some leftover tea or coffee, you could probably get it from them. You don't have to do this, but this is kind of like a cool trick to make this look old. Can you go get that teacup that I made?
Dump it on it?
No, we're not dumping anything. Okay, can you go get me the paintbrush?
Okay.
Right over there. So one of the things that, right over there in the mason jar. One of the things that we're going to try here is we're going to try and make this thing look old.
Yeah.
Thanks. Paintbrush, teacup. Okay, this is a wacky thing to do. It can get a little messy, so if you need to put, I got it. If you need to put something underneath, go for it. Since I'm not going to do the entire thing for this, because our video is pretty long at this point, I'm only going to do a little area. So what you can do is you can take this tea, okay, and you can paint it on here, okay, and what that's going to do, okay, what that's going to do is make it look old and antiqued, okay? It's gonna look aged, okay? Sometimes if you have coffee, it might work a little bit better. This is some tea that I found that we don't really drink that much, so I can use it for this, okay? And if you look a little closer, you can see the area that I started to paint, it's starting to look a little tan. That's gonna make it look a little on the antique side. Okay, another step that you can do is you can crumble this up, just like we did for our Batik Owl project, and then add this on. Okay, that will give it an even older look. Okay, I cannot wait to see how your treasure maps turn out. Send me your pictures when you're done, guys. Hope you have fun with this one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, bye. Bye, Bob.